Hi, Psych 101 students. Welcome to Psych 101 Summer Edition. I'm Dr. Stewart. I'm going to be your instructor for this course. I am the full-time faculty at the Kingman campus for the psychology department. I'm happy to have you. I hope you guys are kind of excited to take this during the summer. I just wanted to go over some of the basic things that you need to expect for this course. We are in summer, which means it's like 8 weeks, so it's a little bit more accelerated than normal. So I just wanted to kind of make you aware of that as we go through some of the ways that we're going to kind of set this up, and also the assignments that are going to be due every week. Okay, so when you log on every week, you're going to kind of come to this main homepage, and this is kind of where you're going to navigate everything. Okay, so for this, I want you guys to click on the Start Here folder. And this is where you're going to kind of start everything for the course. All right. So I have 2 summer courses for this semester. So if you happen to see a different course up here that's maybe not yours, that's okay. They're exactly the same thing. The Padlets might make it look a little bit different, which I'm going to go over right now, which is your first assignment. But it depends on which section you're in. If you're in 851 or 852, your Padlet might look a little bit different. Okay. But everything is exactly the same that I'm going to go over. So this is your first assignment, which is your Padlet. So I want you guys to kind of get to know each other, and I want to get to know you a little bit. So this is designed to come in and just add a one thing about yourself, okay? So I say post a photo of yourself like I did, and then post one thing that you want to share with the class. We have a discussion for chapter 1 that gives a couple more questions that you have to answer. So when you do this one, you can just put, a photo of yourself, or a photo of you and your dog, your kids, or your spouse, or whatever, and then just like a sentence or two of what you want to share. You do that by either coming down and clicking on this cross or this little plus sign, or you can double click the screen and this will pop up. All right, and you can change the color and add a little bit about yourself. Make sure that you add your name on here so I know who you are. First and last name is better, because sometimes I might have 2 different people with the same name, and so I can kind of make sure you get points for that. This is a photo of myself and the other Dr. Stewart, who is the psychology professor lead in Bullhead City. So we both teach at MCC. So that's him, and we're at a Knights game. Go Knights go if you guys are hockey fans. All right, so the other thing that I want you guys to look at the Start Here folder is Talkspace. I have resources for Talkspace. This is our mental health care company that we partner with for anything mental health wise that you need support with. It's completely free for students. I give you kind of an outline of how this works. You can use your student email to log on to talkspace.com/Mojave, enter your student email, and you can sign up for free. You could be matched with a counselor, therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, and then you can pick who you want after you answer some questions, and then you can start talking with them. And again, it's free. You can chat, you can video chat, and all this stuff. So if you're not quite sure what you would use it for, I have a few things down here. It can be anything from like stress, organization, to maybe performance, or something maybe like that you're dealing with trauma, anything like that. So that's always there for you guys to use. Other resources that I have in here are our library. You can click on here, it'll take you to our library. We're going to need that for our research paper later. So maybe get familiar with that. If you have any technical issues, maybe something's not working, you can't log into your account, you can always go to the help desk at MCC Connect. Anything to do with your handbook or code of conduct, I have right here. The Student Success Center is open during the summer, so if you guys do need help, you can go to the library and get some help with some tutors, and other information is on here as well. Okay. Okay, so that is the Start Here folder. I'm going to go back home. If we click on course resources, this is where you're going to find your syllabus. Okay, go ahead and click on this, read over it, and we are going to kind of go over this together right now. So everything in the syllabus is what you need to refer to if you have questions. Obviously, Canvas will have an outline of everything that you need, but this will have specific dates about assignments and everything that you need to. Okay, so I have the drop period, the withdrawal period, everything that you need to know if you're going to stay in the course or if you need to get out. All the course description is here with the outcomes for Psych 101. Your materials that you need, obviously you need to log into Canvas every day and kind of check to make sure you're up to date on your assignments and everything like that. You're going to need internet connection. and of course, Wi-Fi. If you don't have Wi-Fi at your house, you can always come by campus and you can use ours for that too. Our textbook is an OER, which is an open educational resource, which basically means it's free. So you don't have to worry about ordering a textbook. You can access the book right here. I also have links within every module to click on the book that'll take you to that specific chapter. So let's say we're on chapter 6, the link in module 6 will take you to the chapter 6 of the book and you can read it. I also have PDF files that you can download for the book too. Okay. Other resources that you'll need are Microsoft Word. You'll need PowerPoint as well. So if you don't have those two software, I should say on your computer, you can always just go to your Mojave account and then you can log into that and then it gives you it for free. So if you don't have it, that's okay. You don't have to purchase it. You can use it that way as well. You can use like, Google Forms of that, like Google Slides or Google Docs. Just make sure if you do that you always allow me to access it so you can share and make it public, because if you turn it in and I can't access it, then I can't grade it for points. Okay. Speaking of points, I want to go over the grading scale. The biggest thing too is that I let you guys know I don't accept late work, and I know it's summer and I know that it's going to be a lot of work for every week because we're going to be doing 2 modules per week instead of 1 like normal, because we do have everything cut in half. So I don't accept late work, and I don't do that to be mean and I don't do that to be unreasonable. But I do that because it does help make sure that you're completing assignments on time, and it does help with less stress from having assignments pile up over time. So you don't have any overdue assignments, because if you don't get it done, then you don't have to worry about it. You can move on to the next thing. And to kind of help you, with that no late work, I do allow 1 drop assignment at the end of the class. So let's say maybe you forgot to do something, you either do poorly on an assignment and get a low grade, or something comes up and you're just not able to do it. I understand people have lives and life happens, sometimes good, sometimes bad things, and we have no control over that. Because of that, I do drop 1 assignment, and that does not count for your final exam, and it doesn't count for your final research paper, okay? Because those are both worth 20% of your grade. So anything else is fair game. I will drop it. You don't need to do anything at the end of the class. I just go over your grade book and I just kind of play around with it. Maybe you're like at an 88 or 78 or something like that, and I'll try to figure out which assignment is dragging your grade down to kind of maybe bump you up, all right? But I do that for everyone's grade. Everything is 20%. So your participation and your discussions are worth 20%. Any project or assignment is worth 20%. Your quizzes and your chapter tests are 20%. And then, like I said, the research paper and the final exam are also worth 20%. You can always check your grades in Canvas. I usually update them weekly, so we'll go ahead and do that. Just, in terms of the disruption, the only kind of contact we have is in an online discussion. So I'll get to discussions, but make sure, everyone is acting cordially and we are keeping it, kind of academically sound as we go through and write our discussions and interact with one another. I don't see that being a problem. All of our writing assignments, including our discussion posts, will be in APA formatting. If you don't know what that is, we will go over it. If you're maybe used to MLA formatting, it's similar to MLA, it's just a little bit different. It is the American Psychological Association. This is a psychology class, so we will be using that instead. And plagiarism, another thing that we want to avoid. If you're doing APA correctly, you don't really have to worry about plagiarism, and we will go over that. You should never be copying and pasting anything and then putting in like a citation after it, unless you directly quote from a source. And that is really like maybe a sentence or 2 at most, but you should never be copying like, chunks of information and then putting a citation at the end. We have to paraphrase information. So make sure that we're doing that. And I know there's a lot of AI technology coming out, so make sure that you're avoiding that, because that is considered plagiarism if you use that. Participation, that counts as your discussions. So every week we're going to have 2 different discussions that come out, since this is the summer. Each discussion is going to be worth 20 points for the initial response, and then you get 10 points for replying to one student. So the first discussion will be due Thursday. You have to answer everything by Thursday, and then by Sunday you have to post a response. So that's going to be worth 20% of your grade, and you'll have to do that twice because again, you have 2 modules per week. Every assignment is going to open up on Monday, and then everything will be due on Sunday, except for your first initial discussion, which will be due on Thursday. So just kind of keep that in mind. Anything else about the course policies? We will be watching some movies. They can have different ratings, so just be aware of that. We are talking about different concepts in psychology, so just be open-minded. We're supposed to have class discussions. If we don't agree with other people in the course, that's okay. People don't agree about everything. We just want to be respectful of people's opinions. And especially nowadays, just because you don't like something doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just might not be your forte. So just make sure that when you're writing, you're not only backing up your information with sources, but you're reading it and taking it in, and you don't have to agree with everyone or everything that they say. But just because someone says something you don't like, try not to be offended by something. I don't like when people are too offended by things when we're trying to have open conversations, because the more conversations we have, especially with like different views, the more we can kind of come to a middle ground, which I think is important, especially nowadays. All right. And make sure everything, when you do turn stuff in, it's the Arizona time. I wanted to make sure we got that from here. I know some people kind of travel around for summer. So if you're, in a different time zone, make sure you submit it by Arizona time. All right, the last few things on the syllabus are everything that we're going to be kind of covering each week. So each week you'll see, different assignments. So for week 1, we have module 1 and we have module 2. It's moving at kind of a quick pace. So make sure for the first week that you submit everything for at least module 1, hopefully module 2 as well, to be considered present in the course. If you don't, then you could get dropped or academically withdrawn from the course. All right. So then each week we're going to be covering 2 modules. So week 2 is 3 and 4. You can see with highlighted information, we're going to have our research paper assigned. I'll introduce what that is in week 1. Then by week 3, you're going to have your rough draft, along with other assignments. And then as we scroll down, week 6, you're going to have your research paper final draft due. And then when we get to week 9, you're finally going to have your final exam. And that will be due Thursday. Our academic calendar year for the summer ends on a Thursday. So you'll have Monday through Thursday to take that exam. And I'll remind you of that, of course. Other information, again, is more about the MCC Success Center if you need that. More information about Talkspace. As a reminder, make sure that you're checking your student email accounts. I'd say at least once or twice a week. We do send information, maybe not your instructors, sometimes maybe, but definitely administration. Usually your instructors will reply to you on Canvas, so make sure you check that. Anything to do with disability or Title IX, information is there, and other information about code of conduct, which is also in the syllabus. Okay, so that is there for you to refer back to. This is our book right here in our course resources. So if you want to click on here, you can download a copy of the book. If not, you can then click here to access what our book looks like. This is what our open resource book looks like. You can click on the table of contents and it'll take you to all the different chapters. Again, I do have these links in the modules for you. Okay. APA information, here's an APA manual. And then online etiquette, just remember when you're, sending emails or, talking with students, that everything is done in a certain etiquette. So you want to address people, hi, Dr. Stewart, this is so-and-so from your 101 class. I have a question about this assignment. Make sure that you list all those things for me so I know who it is, what class you're in, what you're referring to, all that good stuff. All right. Okay, so let's go back home. And then we're going to click on instructor contact. So this is how you can get a hold of me if you need me for anything. My email is right here. My phone is here. Obviously during the summer, I'm not in my office, so you can usually get a hold of me easily the best way with email, or you can do it by Canvas email. And then if you need to meet with me via office hours, go ahead and just send me a Canvas message and we can put something together and we can meet via my Zoom. A little bit about me is here. Here's another photo with my husband when we're working at an MCC event. And then here's our dog Mochi. I put it up here. He's our French Bulldog. We love him. So I thought you guys might want to see him because I'm kind of obsessed. But that's a little bit about me. And if you need to get a hold of me, that is where you can find that. A few more things to cover. Course Cafe, if you have questions for the entire class, as well as myself, you can post them here. If you, maybe have a question about an assignment and maybe you want just whoever it is quickly to reply, then you can post something here. If not, then you can just go ahead and go to your inbox and then message me, and then I will get back to you with the question. Here are all the course modules. So every week you'll log into the course modules, and then I have the different dates. So you can see, so module 1 and 2 are going to be due at the same time. And then modules 3 and 4 are going to be due at the same time because they have the dates. When you click into each module, everything is going to look the same. You're going to have an overview video of what you're going to be doing every week. They're not very long. I highly suggest that you watch these every week. Your learning objectives are listed here. So everything that you should be taking away from the course, this is what you should be looking for. I have a checklist, everything that you should be completing and doing every week. Your read and review, everything that you need for this class to kind of read and prepare before you take your assignments. So this can include like your book. Here's the link to your book for chapter 1. And then anything like videos or reading materials that I want you guys to know will be in these modules. So the first thing we go over the scientific method in module 1, go ahead and read this. This will help you for an assignment. And again, sometimes there's videos in here that I want you to watch too. And then after you do everything in the read and review, your assignments are listed here. These are all the things that you need to complete for your first scores for your class, your assignments. You have your chapter 1 discussion, your chapter 1 quiz, syllabus quiz, scientific method, quiz, assessment, and then your Padlet. I know it sounds like a lot, but these are not very long. All your quizzes are 10 points and they're not timed. So you can take your time with those. And then these are tiny little assignments. Okay. Everything will be set up like this. So every module you'll come into, you do the same thing. You watch your video, you look over your objectives, you go over your checklist, you read and review everything in this folder, and then you complete your assignments. All right, and then the last thing is the research paper. We won't get to this now, but when we do, you can access the research paper and everything in this folder that you need to know will be in here, but I will go over that in another module. I think that's everything that I kind of wanted you guys to know. Just make sure that, you're coming on every week, checking everything. If you do have any questions, you can send me a message, but I hope you guys are happy to be here. I'm happy to have you. You can always reach out to me. I'm pretty much available. If you don't hear back from me soon, I will get back to you. You can send me one message and I swear I will get it. I usually take no longer than a few hours, but if it's a weekend, it might take, till Monday to get to you. But I am pretty quick about that. So look forward to having you. And I hope you guys enjoy the class, and I will see you guys in module 1.